Warning, red alert. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Prepper Nation. I am John coming to you from the $1 billion bunker. That's right. Eat your heart out, son. Not everybody can have a $1 billion bunker in the corner of their basement. So this morning, I know it's an overused deal, the alerts and the red alerts and all of this warnings and cautions in this community, but we're going to be talking about a bona fide, true blue red alert. It's official like and everything. But I need to say this. It's coming from the United Nations, but I need to say this before we move forward, okay? There's going to be a lot of sarcasm in this video. And I'm telling you this because I know those comments are coming in after the fact. You know, people will say, John, what happened? They got to him. He's compromised. I'm not compromised. Nobody's gotten to me. I'm just having fun with it this morning. And so hopefully y'all can pick up on the sarcasm. Somebody accused me the other morning of fear mongering in the live chat, and that comment's kind of stuck on me like wet Fruit of the Looms. That happened to me once fishing. It's a whole deal. But anyway, I just want to be very, very clear before we move forward, okay? This is a real topic. It's a bona fide red alert, but I'm having fun with it. And I'm using a lot of sarcasm this morning. We're going to approach it from the other side of the fence, shall we say. So this comes from Reuters, but again, this is an actual issuance of a red alert from the UN. And they are saying that 2024 may be worse than 2023. They're talking about the climate, of course. Just to be clear before we move forward, they're saying that, again, this is coming from the UN via Reuters. They're saying that we are actually 1.5 degrees Celsius higher, the average temperature throughout the year, than we were in the late 1800s. And they're saying that the pre-industrial age, the pre-industrial revolution, in other words, factories and things have caused humanity's temperature here on Mother Earth to go up a degree and a half Celsius. And they go on to say, we are sounding the red alert. See, it's official to the world. And thank goodness. You know, I just want to say that. Again, here comes the sarcasm, folks. I'm glad that they are sounding the alert because this is what keeps me up at night. You know, old John's laying in the bed, son. He's laying in there sweating, can't sleep. Wife won't turn the AC on because she's trying to save the earth, right? This is what keeps me up at night. It's not the border invasion and all of these people just overrunning us like the barbarians did with Rome, like the barbarian tribes and things. It's not the border invasion. It's not the failing economy that we just talked about, what, yesterday or the day before, right? The fact that the wheels are falling off and, you know, the charade is pretty much over. It's not the failing economy or even the national debt. Take a look at the national debt, and when you get done laughing, you realize, oh, that's not really a problem. You know, what is it, 34, $35 trillion in debt? That's nothing compared to the climate. It's not the endless wars that we're constantly wrapped up in, right? It's the climate. It's me waking up in the morning. This is what scares me. This is what gives me nightmares here. Having to walk my dogs in the morning, because every time I get ready to walk my dogs and I have to open that front door, that back door, I don't know what I'm walking into. I don't know if I'm going to open that door and there's going to be a blizzard outside because of this climate deal. I don't know if I'm walking out into the Mojave Desert. You know, maybe there's a typhoon or a hurricane or something going on out there. I have no idea what I'm walking into. I'm literally putting my life on the line as a citizen of planet Earth, walking my dogs every morning. And acid rain. Is acid rain going to eat me down to the ground? Whatever happened to acid rain, by the way? Why are we not talking about acid rain anymore? It doesn't make sense. And let's try that again. So look, don't worry. because the UN, in conjunction with the WEF, right, the WEF, they've gotten together and they have a plan. They have a solution for the planet. And again, thank goodness. They want to put you in an electric vehicle, an EV, as they're called, because that's a hip way of saying it, right? The average price, the median price for an EV is $55,000. This is probably the number one reason that they are sitting down and rusting down on car lots right now. Nobody's buying these things. They keep churning them out. Dealerships have them lined up for miles in some cases. Nobody's interested. And nobody's interested because they figured out the battery replacement scheme. For those that don't know, these EVs need the batteries replaced completely every so often. Now, I've heard conflicting stories on this. Some people say 4 or 5 years. Some people say, oh, they only needed 8 years, every 10 years. The average cost to get this done, the lowest that I could find was $4,489. The highest was $17,658. So imagine spending 55 grand on a car that was basically a life-size Tonka toy, okay? And then 5 years in, you have to pay 17, almost 18 grand to replace the batteries. But they've come with a comprehensive plan to save our planet. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to run down their plan, and then we're going to talk about it, and I'll explain how. So 10 ways to save our planet, according to the WEF. Number 1, spread the word. Number 2, keep up political pressure. Number 3, get rid of your car, your gasoline car. And let me say this, if you have a truck, God forbid, if you're driving a truck instead of a car, how dare you? But I will give you extra credit if you have a set of these brass or silver testes hanging down from the back. They won't give you credit for it, but I will. That's extra credit stuff right there. Cut back on home electric use. Change your diet. Don't waste food. Shop sustainably. Dress climate smart. Plant trees. And partake in planet-friendly investments. Now, this, again, is according to the WEF. Now, I have this magic machine in there, y'all. You ain't going to believe it, but listen. I have this magic machine. It's like a box, has a crank on it. And anytime I get a plan or something from the WEF, or I get an article from the WEF or the UN, something like this, an ESG company, you can take this plan on a piece of paper and you can stick it in the box and you just crank it. It's like one of those, what are they called? Jack in the boxes. And after a couple of minutes, you open it. It's like a magic machine. And what comes out is a list, the same 10 things with all of the bullcrap wording removed. It's amazing. Can y'all shoot a thumbs up if you think that's amazing, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go back over that list. I did y'all a solid here. I ran it through this magic machine that honestly doesn't exist. Let me shoot straight with you. But we're going to go over these top 10 things again, and I'm going to give it to you in layman's terms without the coating of crap that they like to put on here. Okay, so number 1, spread the word. What does this mean? Well, as I pulled out the clean list, it means become a social media pod person and block anybody that questions what you have to say. Have you ever seen one of these pod people on social media? X is the worst. There are a lot of them on Facebook and stuff like this too, but X is probably the worst. Because X, what they will do is they put it in all caps with exclamation marks. You are killing the planet with these gasoline engines. This needs to stop now. And then right below that, it says, tweets limited to people that are mentioned in the tweet. So in other words, nobody can reply. They're not going to allow a counter argument to this. And these are pod people. I call these people on social media pod people. They want to shout from the rooftops what they believe, but they don't want to hear any other side of the story, right? So you need to become one of these people, is what the WEEF is telling you. Number two, keep up political pressure. Well, what does this mean? I ran it through the old machine, and here's what it actually means. Give lobbying money to the thieves on Capitol Hill. That's how it came out. They're already doing a good job of that. A lot of this green stuff that is passing on Capitol Hill, I would argue, man, maybe it's not saving the planet as much as they say it is, but it's more about exchanging money. Again, with these thieves who are supposed to represent the American people. Number three, get rid of your car, your truck, and those little swingy things, right? This simply means ban cars, mowers, lawn mowers, weed eaters, and wood stoves, and anything else that they say is bad for the environment. Number four, cut back on home electric use. What does this mean? It means you're going to freeze in the winter. You're going to burn up in the summer, especially if you're down south. My prayers and thoughts go out to the people in Georgia. I've been there in the summer, and it was terrible. But you're going to be saving the planet. So as you're sitting there sweating to the oldies, you're going to be saving the planet. So just understand, it's about getting that 1 degree back Celsius, right? Let me see here. Number five, change your diet. What does this mean? Well, this means plants, bugs, and frankenmeat. It means you're going to shut up and you're going to eat it. They don't care what you have to say. Some people say, I'll never eat that. Some people are eating it now and they don't even know. They don't even know that it's in there, the crickets and stuff like this. But, you're going to shut up one way or the other and you're going to eat it according to these people. It's the least you can do because you caused the problem. I don't know how. I don't know anybody that knows how. But at the end of the day, they're throwing it into your lap, right? Number six, shop sustainable. All right. What does this mean? This means to buy products that mention sustainable, diversity, or inclusion. You see one of these three dog whistle terms in there, you just buy the product. Do you even need it? Not really. But you're going to buy it anyway because you want to be a good person and you want to do your part and you want to save the planet. Number seven, don't waste food. What does this actually mean? Well, no one cares if you work hard throughout the week. Stop taking your wife or maybe your husband, whatever the case may be, to these fancy, nice sit-down meals. Stop doing it. Because number one, you're wasting food. Number two, to the person that lays around in pajamas all week, it's not fair. They don't want to see you hacking into your car on Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and going to Texas Roadhouse, son. They're tired of seeing it. It's about inequality at this point, and it's about saving the planet. You wasting food when you do this somehow in Waldo land. Dress climate smart. What does this actually mean? It means you're supposed to wear the clothes that you currently have until the day you die. Never to buy anything new. This would explain old John's get up. You always see me in the same stuff, right? Mine is more about affordability. I'm not trying to save the planet, but I'm checking two boxes at the same time. I can afford to wear the stuff that I've had virtually since high school. They'll probably bury me in this stuff, right? And I'm saving the planet. Let's get on board with that. Number 9, plant trees. Translation: the industrial section has destroyed planet Earth. Don't you dare demand reparations. All right, see, here's how we can make this climate talk go away in 5 minutes. All right, you would have to lawyer up or you would have to be a lawyer. So if there's a beaverine out there who's a lawyer, you start taking these corporations to court. And you do it based on reparations. This is your planet too. These people are admitting the Industrial Revolution caused this. Will sue the brakes off of every company that was a part of it. Sue the government for that matter. Enough people start, worst case scenario, you lose But there's a lot of chatter on mainstream media about this lawsuit, and then all of a sudden the climate's healed. You wouldn't believe how fast. But don't demand reparations. They want you to shut up and plant trees, because that's going to fix everything. Finally, planet-friendly investments. Translation. Well, that worked out horribly. Question nothing claiming to be climate friendly. If it says it's climate friendly, you do it. Trade in your truck, walk 15 miles each way to work. Save the planet. You better be doing it. Get rid of the steak, eat the Franken meat. You better be doing it. Question absolutely nothing. And in terms of investments and what you're buying, just send your money. Just send the money, pay the money, do what you're told to do. All right. So look, let's close it down here in a second. We went on far too long. You don't realize, again, this is sarcasm. Please don't unsubscribe. Sarcasm incoming, right? You don't realize how lucky you are. Step back and look at the forest, not just a few trees, right? Look at the forest. We have a fake world government looking out for us. Think about how powerful that is. To have this fake wannabe world government with their own flag that operates like they have a Congress, they operate like they have a real true blue president, they have a military of 100,000 plus strong soldiers, and they don't actually exist. They're not a government. So why are they doing this? It's not because they're laundering money. Oh no. It's not because they're laundering money. It's because they care about us and they want to save the planet. Do you know how lucky that makes us? All you have to do is do what you're told to do. It's so easy. Eat the crickets. Okay. What can I do next to save the planet? Well, you can wear the clothing on your back until the day you die. Yes, sir. What's next? Walk 15 miles back and forth to work. I'll do it. What's next? Reuse that plastic spork over and over and over until the day you die. Yes, of course. Question nothing. Get rid of your lawnmowers. Go out there with a pair of scissors and do it by hand, son. Stop being weak. How lucky are we? These vampires are flying into these global conventions on private jets. They don't have to do that for us. They can sit at home somewhere. It's not like they're laundering money. They fly into these conventions on their private jets just to organize long enough to let us know that lawnmowers are killing the earth. They're doing this for our sake. Don't eat the meat. Don't eat the meat. Instead, in order to save the planet, eat the meat's food. What are you doing? If you're eating meat right now, you're doing it backwards. Go eat the meat's food. You're supposed to be starving the meat. That's how we save the planet, apparently. We have climate protesters who care so much about this planet, right? And they have to tell you, they have to get in your face and tell you, because again, you can't see it with your own eyes, but they're going out of their way to do this. They will throw, Campbell's tomato soup on Picasso paintings. They will interlock their arms on the freeway in order to hold everybody up from going to work because they want you to know how jacked up the climate is. These people care so much. These are modern day heroes, son. It's odd, isn't it, that the biggest offender, the biggest climate offender, believe it or not, in terms of countries, is actually China. They're not pushing any of this stuff. That's strange to me. They don't have a save the planet mentality. But it's being taken care of, and I'll explain to you why. We're starting to see, albeit in lawsuits and in court, all of these ties between Biden and Biden's family and China. Folks, this is not about laundering money. This is not about buying influence. Come on, man. These are useless lawsuits at this point. We all know what's going on. All right. Biden and family, they were meeting with China and they were chastising China. You have been a big climate offender. You owe money. And then China's giving them the money, of course. This is why money is exchanging hands. All of these secretive meetings, they were actually just about saving the climate. He was explaining to the president of China, you need to plant trees and stuff like this. Y'all need to stop wasting food, son. We're getting sick of it. He's actually the strongest president we've ever had. Can I get an FJB on that? And let me just say this before we close out. Trust your government, bro. You know, don't question anything the government does. When the government says something and it doesn't sit right with you, it's just trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. It's like a leap of faith. You just jumping off of a cliff because you know the government's going to swoop in and take care of you. They're here to serve you. At the end of the day, I just want to get back to normal. Don't you? Don't you want to get back to normal? I want to question nothing, and I want to come in like a robot or one of these pod people and question nothing, because I miss the late 1800s. I miss our planet when it was 1 degree cooler, and I'm here to save it. Folks, this has been me having fun with sarcasm this morning. Of course, I'm absolutely on your side about this. Question everything. I'm just saying, question everything, including the red alert that came out. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'm pretty sure that you already have. Y'all take care and God bless.